Hey, it's Nico here from KoboPatch Web UI and various other e-reader shenanigans. Today I'd like to show you what's coming in the next update to KoboPatch Web UI, which is probably going to be the last one that I make in the near future. It's just a little bit of a user experience improvement update for just about anyone who uses the tool. So I'd like to show it to you real quick. So this is what it looks like now. There's a new start screen, and check this out. This is a cool one. If I turn on dark mode, the website also supports it. This is just a neat little addition that I wanted to add. Okay, so this is the new initial screen that you can see. There aren't any steps shown here anymore because that was not really representative, but you do have a little introduction here. So Kobo devices specifically don't need a jailbreak. They're kind of open already, so that's explained here. And I've improved both Connect My Kobo and Build Downloadable Archive, and I've improved both different things that the website can do. That is to say, installing the simple mods or patching. But yeah, maybe I should show you this first. So this is one of the first sort of safety additions that I've made for this release. So what you will do, what you will see here is either a check mark or no check mark. Based on the device you connect, there's now a hardware unique identifier that is actually checked to verify that we have the correct device connected. So this is important for a variety of reasons. There's two levels of validation. We want to verify that the prefix of the serial number is correct, and then the hardware UUID is correct, and then we generally know, oh, yeah, it's this device. And based on that information, I can give you more accurate info about what is available for your device. So if we move on to the next step, we have our nickel menu tweaking and our custom patches. Let's tackle the additions in the nickel menu screen first. So the preset is now different. Check it out. So in addition to being able to customize the little menu icon, you can now also customize the tabs. So if you select Simplify Navigation tabs, you can actually select which items are hidden or not. And the reason this is now customizable is because there's some people who are using the Libra color for note-taking, and then when they install this, they message me on YouTube in the comments, hey, how do I turn on my notebooks? And that's a fair point because, just because I don't really use the notebooks feature much doesn't mean other people won't. So you can now toggle that back on. If you want to see the Kobo store for some reason, you can turn that on too. But what you can also do is you can rename the label here. So if you want notes to say scribbles, because that's what you like to call your notes, or ideas maybe, you can do that. You can't change the icons of these. The icons are hard locked to a specific icon, but the labels can be changed. So you can modify that here. Then below here, we now have reading experience, which includes our nickel clock option is a little bit easier to find. It's now here, and it's available as display clock when reading, which I think makes a lot of sense. If you click this button here, you go to the actual plugin on GitHub, which is the website where you can actually find the mod if you want to install it yourself separately, manually. And then this is Better Typography and Fixes, which is a new mod of mine, which is this one, Nickel Typefix, and it includes a bunch of fixes for when you enable this sort of special feature, which is what in the past Better Typography did already, but now some of the bugs that you could have with that, for example, the text not looking all that right, which is actually a thing you can have even with this off, is fixed. I fixed an issue with vertical text orientation for Chinese, Japanese alphabets and for vertical text. And justified text, this one is notorious and has been really frustrating for me. I always used the optimize legibility feature. I've been using it for quite some time now, but I always had to left align my text because justified text would sometimes be wrong. And you can kind of see this. I'm going to open these two images here. Click, click. You see that? Maths here is positioned incorrectly relative to the period and the space and then the word the, right? And this is the corrected version, and that's fixed. That's really cool, right? Okay. So these things are fixed with this specific mod, and that's now included as part of better typography. Okay, and so then the other thing I wanted to show you applies to patch system software, which is a more advanced feature for advanced users. If you want to use this feature, you probably know who you are. So what's changed about this right now is patches are a little bit annoying because patches are applied to a current software version, to a few libraries. What happens is the patcher then patches those libraries and you install those patches as a system update. That's also how some of the other mods install themselves, but unlike the other mods, patches to system software are overwritten by software updates every time you do a software update, which is kind of annoying. So what the website does now is whenever you make a selection of modifications, that selection is also saved on your device. And this is quite good because it means that when you come back to the website and connect your device the next time, you have this option to restore the previous patches. And then if you click that, what it will do is it will restore the exact same setup that you had before. It will check the same patches for you, and it will add additional files if you specified any as well. And this is just really cool. So for example, the device that I've connected was updated, right? And I used to have a patch on here under Cloud Sync, as you can see, which enables Dropbox and Google Drive support. So I would have to hunt this down and check it again, or alternatively, I can just hit this button and it will restore it for me. And if I was also adding any additional files, they will be added here under this section as well. So you can use that as well. But it's a very niche use case. So for example, I use this to add additional fonts. This is probably not going to be relevant for you though. And I don't generally recommend it. Only use that when you know what you're doing. But these options, generally speaking, are safe. And what you can also do now is search. So if I'm looking for, say, Google Drive, you can just type that out and you can find it immediately as well. Another change that happens specifically with this item is it also sets up your configuration file correctly so that Google Drive and Dropbox support is actually fully enabled. Because it used to be, when you checked this, you had to do an extra manual step that wasn't documented, which was confusing for people who use this, but that should be fixed now. A few other notes that I should make or that I should talk about in general. Everything has been updated to be a little bit safer. Again, this is why the Connect Your Kobo device feature here at the start has a better validation system. There's also more validation when writing files to your device. What actually happens is we also log everything now. So if you go and let me see if I can demo this. So what happens is a KoboPatch Web UI folder is actually created as well. And it does a bunch of things. So based on what it is that you do, it will actually write logs to your device. So if you've applied a custom patch, it will tell you exactly what was written to your device. And you can see that in custom patches.json, if you open that, that is actually a file that displays all of the files that were written to your device, and in particular also any custom files you may have attached are also included here. So for convenience, that's also added. So to be clear, this is the current website, and in a week or two we will probably upgrade and make it so that the preview, which you can access through the URL here and in the description, is available to anyone or everyone as well. I hope you find this useful, and if you found KoboPatch Web UI to be very helpful, please consider making a tiny donation. There's a little donation link. You can put in however much money you found this is worth. So like drop, $5 or something if you found it useful with all the little mods. Yeah, that's it. Enjoy, and I hope to make your reading experience even better.